Hey, real life traders from around the world, what's going on? It's me, Jeremy Alexander Newsome with reallifetrading.com. Hope everyone's doing fantastic. We've got the SPY here on the board. Doing this review at 2:22 Eastern, so the market's still open for another hour and a half. SPY, nice looking candle, expecting this trend to slowly keep grinding higher. I don't really see any real reason why it won't. In fact, we bought some $2 call options, 257 calls back in here. And if you go back through all my videos, this drawing and setup has been here for the last 2 weeks. So hopefully some of you got a chance to hop on that. But anyway, I sold those today for $250, mostly because I'm traveling tomorrow and I'll be out of town and just figured, you know, there's only a week and a half left. Let's just lock them in. Sold for $250, locked in half an R. Not too bad there on the SPY. The Qs, if you're short, you are wrong. Look at this gap. Unbelievable bullish gap and go. New all-time highs on the Qs, crushing it. Dow hanging out. And IWM, hammer off the 50. Really strange. Really, really strange that it would do that. Got a lot of stocks to review today, so thanks so much for sending in me your reviews. Again, I'll be in Vegas this weekend, so no review on Friday, but next Monday, I'll be here. I'll be here waiting on you. All right, here's the next Intel, INTC, and Intel weekly chart has been on a tear. What's interesting to note about Intel is this is the first big breakout since 2001. This is a big deal, folks, on Intel. For anyone who has some shares, longer term higher lows, big triangle pattern, smaller triangle pattern, big, big, big breakout on Intel. Big deal for this dinosaur of a blue chip, if you will, to finally start crushing it up at 46. So this is the weekly chart. You got a lot of bullish candles here in a row, a lot of volume. Here's the daily chart. You got a retest gap action right there. So expect a little bit of a pullback on Intel, buy some dips. It's gonna be longer term. The shorter term move has already happened, right? This was the original right here. You had the breakout. Here's the pullback into the 10. This candle right there on the 13th of October is your new white soldier candle. That was the time to get in bullish into earnings, and then earnings gapped up. Anyway, buy the dip on Intel. Very strong breakout, looks nice. Microsoft, just a slow burn higher. Good trend, good gap. The 10 EMA is coming up, but check out how it looks on the hourly chart. Here's the hourly time frame, and that 20 just holding up Microsoft. The 50 is about to come in. I wouldn't be looking to short it, so stay long. Microsoft looks good. Next on the list, I have UNH, and UNH, United Health Group, I think is at an all-time high right now. Here's the weekly chart. Let me just really zoom out of here. Yeah, so we're at all-time highs on UNH, which always means don't be buying up here. Wait for some pullbacks and then buy a dip. This 190.21, we looked at UNH not too long ago because on this day right here, on this day, which was the 13th of October, you had a hammer of Thor, hashtag Chris Hemsworth, and right off the 100, beautiful bounce, some volume came in, gap, earnings, all looks good. So on UNH right now, pull back to the 20 or maybe 205 and some change. Trend is your friend, buy the dip. Next on the list, this is ticker symbol CAKE, ticker symbol C-A-K-E, for a new real life trader named Sandra. And this had a bearish gap and go on earnings, white candle gapping down, but it didn't really gap down that far. Had a little bit of an evening star reversal yesterday. Here is the hourly time frame, and we are kind of bouncing. So if today CAKE can close above the November 6th candle, I think it's gonna slowly creep higher, but the next target is this 100 simple moving average, 44.63. There's a lot of resistance right around here on CAKE. So I would come up with a plan or time frame for when you're comfortable getting out of that trade if CAKE does not break and start closing above some of that resistance. Next on the list, we have Texas Instruments. And Texas Instruments, you're probably looking to sell. Why in the world would I say that? Well, that's why. You are at the tech bubble high on Texas Instruments. Meaning I wouldn't be buying right here. Let's say that you were that person who bought Texas Instruments right here back in 2000 and you're just now break even. Hopefully you got some dividends along the way, maybe in a stock split or two, but it is there and in charge. Really strong resistance, folks. Just so be real careful about buying right here on Texas Instruments. Even if it does break out, I'd be looking to buy the dip. I mean, at some point, the market has to have at least a 1% pullback, right? So Texas Instruments doing its thing. Next on the list was DISF, or is it DISK? Or did I type it in wrong? Maybe it's just Disney. I don't know. Anyway, Disney, here's the weekly chart bouncing off the 200 simple on a weekly, and it just ran into the 100. Earnings are right around the corner on Disney. For my shareholders, which there are a few of you out there, a gap above 103.67 would be delightful. Some good volume, looks like a little bit of a double bottom, triple bottom-esque chart reversal pattern coming in. Disney, and down here, in my opinion, is longer term. To buy low, sell high, hold, dividend paying blue chip stock that eventually will go higher from where it is now. I like the location. It just depends if time is on your side. Be in some shares, get your dividends, be patient. It's Disney. It'll go up higher. I might have been typing these in weird. Or is this a, I don't know what this is. Oh, this is on the TSX. Okay, let me go check this one out. TSX, buyable location. Pulling it up right now. Real strong. Old support down here about 12.3. This is the daily charts, and the daily chart had a very nice retest gap action right here. Retest gap, and what did it do? It retested. How weird. And then it's bouncing higher. We pulled back again, kind of starting to get that additional wave rotation on this particular stock. So yeah, I mean, really the pullback just happened a few days ago. So if you're looking at getting in bullish, that trend makes sense. You're above the 200. I can dig that. Weekly chart, you got some room to go. Yeah, it looks nice. So let me try DISF. I just spelled that one wrong. Sorry, no idea. CVE, which I think also want to be looked at on the TSX. Another energy stock. Energies the last few days have been doing really well. You had a gorgeous double bottom right here on CVE. Close above that neckline. You had a nice high wave candle. It was a retest gap on that day as well because it was a white candle gapping up, right? White candle gapping up, retest, it bounced, you know, same old, same thing. So CVE looks good. The trend is bullish. If you're not already in, you're chasing a little bit. Look for a pullback. Here's the long-term moving averages. That's really going to be your target, 16.17. So I would say sometime next week or the week after, if it pulls back into a good location, buy that dip. Google, I had a trader saying that Google wasn't really doing much recently, and I don't know, man. This looks beautiful to me. You know, nothing goes up straight up forever, but you have this candle today, very, very strong candle. Just yesterday was a new white soldier, which is a white candle that opens and closes, but the prior day black candles close. I do think Google continues to go higher. My next target on it is 1083.72. Google is one of the stocks that I'm most bullish on for a long time. This is a very good gap on earnings. I told you guys it's going to be a very good gap. It was a bullish gap and go on both the hourly and the daily. It gapped up, it goed, pulled back, and then just, you know, buy the dip. Stay with the trend. The trend is bullish. Looks gorgeous. I mean, Google, don't try to short this thing. It's just a strong horse stallion trading machine right now. I think I mixed up my metaphors. 1083.72, next target is going to likely get there before too long. Gold, not really doing all that much. Had a little bit of a breakout today, but is still very sideways. Here's the weekly chart. Kind of a morning star reversal this week. Here's your long-term moving averages. That looks kind of bullish, but here's the key. The daily 100, 200, you just got above. So bullish to neutral. Longer term calls, maybe some shares, or potentially a bull put spread. And if it breaks below, I'd say 119. Just, you know, gold's gonna stop being cool for a while again. But this could be a nice move. I'd like to see a little bit of a higher high or higher low later this week. But again, bullish to non-directional. So longer term calls, shares, or some type of bull put spread. Fitbit not doing anything. Here's ticker symbol FIT. Just forget about Fitbit and GoPro. It's only a matter of time for they either get bought out, go bankrupt, or go to zero. Fitbit, here is the weekly exponential moving averages. I just don't see anything on Fitbit, folks. I mean, it had earnings. They were pretty abysmal. Long, lower shot, nothing. Nothing at all. Fitbit and GoPro just gonna keep sinking. I gotta give a shout out to my boy, Greg. Greg, who I hung out with in the Dallas, Texas real life trading golf extravaganza. Here's your long-term moving average. What type of gap is this, ladies and gentlemen? This is a white candle gapping up, therefore it's a retest gap. Greg got 2 R's on this thing. Let me show how you played it. Here's the 5-minute candle. Nice bearish candle. It pulled back to the 200, right? It retested. He went in long, probably on the 1 minute, knowing Greg, because he's a really good trader. Here's the 1 minute chart early this morning. And yeah, there it is. There's the pullback. There's the people right there selling from the buying candle yesterday. It got bought up, pulled back down, got bought again. Nice little move on Colgate, pretty gap, good mover overall. So that's ticker symbol CL. You know, a dividend paying, longer term, blue chip, pretty sideways stock. You guys all know what Colgate is. At least I hope so. And had 2 other requests came in. Skechers, I believe. Was it Skechers or, yeah, Skechers. So Skechers, big breakout, good gap, good volume, but it did trade to a resistance. So we got to keep that in mind. So here's the resistance that it traded to right there. So from here, we probably pull back into about the $29 area. And then if we're going to bounce, that's where we do. Here's the daily chart. And again, it was a really good gap. Some volume starting to come in. I like the hammer from yesterday. I like the little weird hammer that we're getting today. So if Skechers were to break above 31.42 with a stop at about 29.90, I could dig that a lot. And here is AKAM. AKAM, man, retest gap that is retesting. White candle gapped up, retest gap, right? All the people who had bought previously, including the person on this particular candle, sold. The stock trades down, double bottoms, and we're bouncing. So retest gap is retesting. AKM looks pretty good. Here's your hourly chart. And this is probably when you would have looked to get in bullish specifically. I know my buddy Mike Rosenthal had a bullish entry here with a stop at about here. But once it, you know, you got a bullish engulfing candle right there. Trade a little bit higher, got a high wave doji right there to open the day. And once it broke above there, stop there or there. Yeah, AKM looks good, slow, steady grind. Again, bouncing out the moving averages. Long terms, I think you're fighting the 200. So that's gonna be, you know, we're kind of at a target right now. So it was a short-term move. If we trade sideways and grind here for a bit, I don't think you're missing the move. If we do something like this and then we pop on AKAM, that looks really strong to me overall. So that's AKM. And 2 others I want just you guys to keep your eyes on. Chipotle, beautiful pennant pattern. I think you all know how to play pennants. Here's Tesla, TSLA, also beautiful pennant pattern. I'm sure you all know how to play that one. And then Snapchat, ticker symbol SNAP. Folks, I'm sure you all profited from this very strong bearish gap and go today. A lot of traders asked how I was going to be playing Snapchat over earnings, and my answer, put options, because Snapchat doesn't make money. So if you're going to have earnings, you should earn money of some kind, and Snapchat doesn't. So that's, you know, the same way I look to play Twitter every earnings, and Roku is have some puts over earnings. I guess 2 other things that we will look at will be Equifax. Equifax, look to straddle this move. It's a very, very good Bollinger Band squeeze and has earnings a little bit later, actually. So that could gap up or gap down in any direction. It could be really interesting to see what that does. That's Equifax. And, you know, Apple made a new all-time high today. Nothing, you know, new to see there. Just slowly grinding higher. Ladies and gentlemen, hey, you know what? Thanks so much for being real life traders. You're amazing people. And if you have any questions and anything else, let me know. I am here to enrich your life. I want you to go tell other people about real life trading. Let us continue to help people pay off their debts, give generously to their communities, and be amazing individuals. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, remember, love life, and trade it. Bye.